Hello and welcome back to Smells Like Home Cooking. On this channel we like to show you delicious recipes that we cook at home. Let us know if you like them and how you get on if you try them out. Today we'll be showing you a delicious rich leek tart that's a perfect vegetarian dinner. Start by making the pastry. I'm rubbing together 200 grams of plain flour with 100 grams of cold fat and a pinch of salt. I like to use half butter and half lard, but to keep this vegetarian I'm using all butter. Continue to rub together until the texture is that of breadcrumbs. You can shake to raise any large lumps to the top and rub in a bit more if you need to. When it looks like this, it's time to add some cold water. Ice cold is best, a tablespoon at a time, mixing it with a knife so as to keep the mixture cool. If you wanted to save a bit of time, this can be made in a food processor, but you do have to be careful not to overmix it. The mixture is ready when it's just starting to come together and can form a ball when squeezed, as you can see here. Once you've formed it into a ball, it can be chilled for 20 minutes, but if it's not too warm, it can just be rolled now on a floured surface. You'll be putting this in a loose bottom fluted flan tin. Mine is 25 centimeters in diameter, so I'm going to aim to roll this a few centimeters bigger, so about 28 centimeters diameter and 3 or 4 millimeters thick. Once you think you're about there, grab your tin and hold it over the top. You should be able to see if there's enough around the edge to go up the sides. Give the base of the tin a quick dusting of flour to help prevent the pastry sticking. Then I lift the pastry over the rolling pin, carry it over to the tin, and then just lay it over the top of the tin. Take your time here because the pastry can be quite delicate and can easily rip, but lift it up from the edge and then push it down into the corners, trying to ensure that any holes are patched up as you go. Once you're happy with the tart case and all holes have been patched, use a knife to go around the edge. There's no need for it to be a sharp one. Then prick the base with a fork, and then we'll need to chill this for at least half an hour in the fridge to prevent shrinking when it cooks. Now it's time to start the filling for our leek tart. You have to really like leeks for this dish, as you might expect with a leek tart, because you have to trim 1 1/4 kilograms of leeks. Take off the green tops and then split lengthways without cutting through the root. Then we'll rinse each layer running cold water from the root end to the tops to rinse any dirt away from the root. Discard the outer layer of the leek if it's tough or past its best, and then slice the rest of it into 1 centimeter slices, or thereabouts. Melt 75 grams of butter in a pan, and then add the leeks and allow them to sweat uncovered on a low to medium heat until they are soft. This will take about 25 minutes. As the leeks are sweating, give them an occasional stir, and if they seem too watery, then just continue to cook until the water has reduced. In the meantime, we can prepare the rest of the filling. So beat together 2 large eggs with 300 grams of crème fraiche, I use full fat here, and a few gratings of nutmeg. And don't forget to add a bit of seasoning as you go. So I'm just going to give that a bit of a whisk, and then once it's all combined, I'm going to add the leeks. Combine it all together and then that is the filling made. Now it's time to blind bake our chilled pastry case. First of all, we line it with baking parchment. This is the great trick here, to crunch up a sheet of paper and then unfold it. And this makes it much easier to put it into position and to stay where you put it. Next, just pour in some baking beans, or if you don't have any, just some uncooked pasta or uncooked rice, they work perfectly fine. We will then bake it for about 10 minutes in an oven that's been preheated to 200 degrees C or 180 degrees C fan. After the case has had 10 minutes, take it out of the oven and remove the paper and beans. We then return it to the oven to cook for a final 5 minutes before we're going to add the filling. Blind baking it like this helps to avoid the dreaded soggy bottom. No one wants a soggy bottom, do they? After that 5 minutes, take the pastry case out of the oven and reduce the temperature by 10 degrees. So that should make it 190 degrees or 170 fan. Now simply add the leek mixture to the case and level it off before baking for 25 to 30 minutes. Once the tart is nicely browned and set, we can remove it from the oven and leave to cool for a few minutes before removing from the tin. So there you go, a lovely home-cooked leek tart. The simple combination of flavours of butter and leeks with a hint of nutmeg makes for a truly delicious tart. I just served this with a simple salad and some garlic bread. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. See you soon.